Hello again everybody. I'm inching forward with my latest build, which is using this guitar top made from an old piano soundboard, and as you can see I've cut out the sound hole, and on the back I've already glued on the bridge plate and the sound hole reinforcement plate or patch. The problem is, as I see it, that the combined thickness of the top and the sound hole reinforcement, it's about 7mm, and it's rather kind of ugly looking. I'll try and get this to show up on the camera, but when the player's playing it looks rather sort of ugly and brutish. So what I like to do is thin down the sound hole reinforcement on the back so that from the player's point of view the top looks thin and it's just a more elegant look. I made up, this is very easy to make, anybody can do. This is my prototype, which was for a smaller sound hole than this one actually, made of MDF. I just put a bolt through it. It was a disc originally. I put it in the drill press and just sanded an angle on it and then glued some sandpaper on. It worked all right, but the way I'd thought to do it was not the most obvious way, and in fact it's nowhere near the best way. I thought, with it mounted in the drill press, obviously the guitar top would have to go on like this, and so I would have to hold it horizontal while sanding from the back. My thought was that I'd be able to see progress from the top side while I was doing it. But it worked, but it wasn't ideal. And I've since made up another one. This one is actually 3D printed, and anybody again can do this. I have to find a cleaner way of mounting the sandpaper on. It doesn't really matter because it's a consumable anyway. It'll need to be replaced fairly often. But this one now goes in the drill press this way, and obviously the top will sit flat on the table of the drill press, and it'll be sanded like that, and I can just keep checking for progress. I think it's a safer way because it guarantees a more even chamfer on the inside of the hole. So I'll take this over to the drill press and you'll see it in action, and we'll see what the result is. Well, it's actually worked very well. I don't know if this will show up on the camera, but the chamfer is really nice and even around the inside of the sound hole. And looking at it from okay, this is the wrong side, but it's the same all the way around, so it doesn't matter. It's definitely thinned out the perceived thickness of the combined soundboard and reinforcement patch. So I'll count that a success, and super easy to make. As I said, you can do it out of MDF. I've got a 3D printer which I'm learning how to use, and that's a very simple thing to do, but anybody could make one of these out of MDF or plywood or whatever, and it works really well. So until next time, goodbye for now.